Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat Kefka's Tower in Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. So let's get it started. So like I said, this is Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, otherwise known as Final Fantasy III in the United States. We are in the World of Ruin, and we are ready to beat this amazing game. So getting through Kefka's Tower is pretty complicated, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's actually not that difficult when you know the right strategy. So before we do that, if you could click that like button and subscribe to Tech Gamers World, we're always going to have new and exciting content from the world of video games and technology dropping all the time. So here we go. So to get to Kefka's Tower, you can do it at any point while in the World of Ruin once you get the airship. My recommendation, of course, is that you complete all other aspects of the game first. So, we've done that. We are basically stacked. We have every character, including the two optional characters. Everybody has learned all the magic spells. We've got pretty good armor, pretty good levels. So, I can balance my party accordingly to get through this challenging tower. So let's go ahead and head in to Kefka's Tower. So to do that, obviously you need the airship, and you basically just need to be right on top of Kefka's Tower, and then go try and land on it. And it's going to say, alright, we're going in. Time we took the battle to Kefka's doorstep. The gods of the warring Triad control the magic of the Esper world. If we destroy them, so Terra is half human, half Esper. Okay, so here we go. So, you have to create 3 parties of however many characters you want. I suggest 3 parties of 4, obviously. Now, you can do this a couple of ways. You can stack your party. So, party 1, party 2, party 3. Use your 4 strongest characters. Or you can balance those characters across all 3. If you're super strong and all your characters can hold their own, then just stack one group with all your 4 main characters. If you're not so strong, divide them up. Put 1, 2, 1, or 2, 2, none, however you want. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to stack my first party with my typical go-to party, which consists of Terra, Shadow, Edgar, and Sabin. My second party will be lesser used characters, but equally as strong because they know all their magic. So let's do Celeste, Setzer, Realm, and Setzer. Sorry, that was Strago, not Setzer. For the fourth party, we're going to use my weakest of characters, so Mog, and you'll see why I'm going to do that in a second here. Locke, Cyan, and Gaw. So, while my third party consists of Moogle, Mog, Locke, Cyan, Gaw, I count that to be my weakest party, but because I have the Moogle charm, or the Mululu charm as they call it in the Pixel Remaster, that party won't get attacked. So, let's go ahead here and proceed. So we've got our 3 parties, and we're going to jump down without parachutes into Kefka's Tower. So, here we are. There's party 1. There's party 2. And there is party 3. So, Here we are. The warring Triad awaits. Press the ZL button to switch between the three parties. Okay. So here we are in Kefka's tower. Now, like I said, you press ZL to switch between your parties. So you'll have to do that and work together as a group to get through Kefka's tower. Now, let's talk a little bit about Kefka's tower. The three parties, like I said, all have to work together to get through. You have to do them in conjunction with each other. If you're just here to get treasures and take care of the bosses and the warring Triad before dealing with Kefka, but your three parties are not that strong, you can use your main party, do section 1, leave by teleporting out, put your main party on group 2, do the whole part, leave, teleport out, put your main party on group 3, leave, teleport out, clear through all this stuff, then come back again and beat the game. We're going to try and do this all in one shot. So, let's get to it. So we're going to start out here. Like I said, everybody in my party knows every spell, so we're just going to clear through all the guys with Ultima. By this point in the game, Ultima is pretty much the only spell you really need to use. Picking up whatever treasures we see. Obtained Hypno Crown. Actually, I'm going to go ahead here and switch the default speed to walk, because we're not in that much of a hurry. So Kefka's Tower is pretty much a mix of all places that we visited in the past. As you can see, this looks familiar. It looks like a Magatech facility. There we go. Alright, so moving on here. So this is as far as we can take Party 1, as you can see, because the walkway is not open, because the cart is pushed over. So we need to switch to our next party. So we're just going to lay into him with Ultima. Alright. So Setzer actually got that fixed dice we found, but it's useless. You will come across a bunch of treasures while you're inside Kefka's Tower. Pick them all up as you see them. Minerva Bustier, that's one of the best armors in the game, and it only works for women. So we're going to give this one to Celeste. And it does not work for Realm, presumably because she can't fit into it. She's too little. Preemptive strike. let's go in here. Obtained pinwheel. There we go. So continuing on, we come across our first boss fight. So to make sure we're all healed up, we've got good magic points, and let's get to it. We got hit with this fight here, we just gotta clear through this real quick. 2 Ultimas should take care of it, or 1 from Celeste maybe do the trick. There we go. Alright, so what I want you to do here, like any boss fight, play it smart and cast Float. It's always a good thing to do when you come across a boss. This is Ultima Buster, similar to the Atma weapon or Ultima weapon we found on the floating continent. So this fight is pretty easy. Just lay into it with Ultima and use one of your guys to constantly heal to deal with Ultima Buster's level 3 magic spells. This guy should fall soon. There we go. So, 5 or 6 Ultimas. Took care of it. So just follow the same pattern. Heal and Ultima. Heal and Ultima. I always recommend you cast Float before a boss fight if you're not sure of what kind of spells the boss will use. Because we just don't know. And if they cast Quake or any of those that shake the ground or elemental stuff that moves the ground, you could be really, really hurt. So we'll go ahead here and continue on. So here we are back in this Magatech facility looking place. Looks like Fun Baba for mobile is. So just following the same pattern, Ultimas and healing as needed. Usually 2 to 3 Ultimas are going to do the trick for normal guys, and 6 or 7 Ultimas for bosses. So we'll guess here and go through this one. Alright, obtained Force Shield. Let's see if that'll help. Anyone here? Not so much. Oops, gotta go this way. So what you want to do is come in here, come down, and open the pathway for our first party. And we gotta deal with these guys here. Again, just beat them as quick as possible. Striggle in Discord. Obtained a ribbon. Ribbons are really good for preventing, what's it called? Preventing status ailments. So I'm actually going to save that for my main party. So let's continue on here. And we'll take Celeste's party here as far as we can. Here is a dragon. This is one of the last 2 dragons. This is the gold dragon. So again, the same thing. The first round, just lay into it with the Ultima across the board. And then second round, do 3 Ultimas and healing. As you'll see here, we'll need a little bit of healing. You can see not much. Just there we go. You can see the dragons are not difficult in here. They fall pretty quick. Picked up a crystal orb. 1 dragon remaining. So there are 8 total dragons in the world. By this point in the game, you should have cleared through all of them except for the last 2, which are in Kefka's tower. So the eye for the eye is annoying. But again, just have to cast a rise and bring back anybody who falls and cure and make sure everybody's all cured up and moving on. So we got to do that. And next up, third party. So the party with Mog in it, which I want you to do here, and this is entirely up to you. Just gotta find it here. Is equipped Malulu's Charm, otherwise known as the Moogle Charm in Final Fantasy III. It will prevent all random enemy encounters, because at this point in the game, I don't need AP, don't really care about experience, so we should be good there. So now we won't get attacked through here. Obtained red cap. Let's go and actually see what's up in here first. Kefka's Tower, 2nd floor. Obtained Nutkin suit. Obtained Gauntlet. And now we want to double back. And continue down along this way. Obtained Hero's Ring. So what you want to do is then hop up on here. To come out here, and we can walk under and throw down a tent. You should at this point have hundreds of tents, 100 tents, 99, so we don't worry about that. And here comes our next boss fight. This is Ketu, Rahu, and Inferno. So, the same thing as we always do. Just gotta find it here. Ultima across the board. Healing with 1. Specify 1 healer. And just continue casting Ultima. This is similar to the guy we fought in the Magatech facility when we were taking the train out. This should do it. One of these Ultimas should do it. Magatech barriers, nothing we have to worry about. There we go. Magatech barrier will reflect lower level spells. But Ultima breaks through all that. Alright, so moving on here. Coming through on the other side. Pick up the treasure chest, a mega elixir. Always good. Let's open this here, so we can open the pathway up for our middle party. Let's go back here. Forgot the treasure chest up here. Obtained Rainbow Brush. So that's a weapon for Realm. The best for her. So then doubling back. We'll continue along. Here we come across our next dragon. And again, because we're going to be fighting a boss fight, when I remember, I always like to cast Float. This is the final dragon. The Skull Dragon. Now this dragon is not actually undead. So the old cure trick doesn't work. So just do the usual. First round of 4x Ultima. Then the next round, 3x Ultima, 1x healing. As needed. And this guy will fall pretty quick here. I think this Ultima should take care of it. There we go. As you can see, we've beaten the Skull Dragon. Very easy. So now we've completed all 8 dragon fights. Beaten them all. which will unlock the final Esper of the game. Muscle Belt. All 8 dragons have been defeated. The Eightfold Seal is broken. So when you obtain and beat all 8 dragons, you obtain the Crusader Magicite. It basically teaches you another spell. That I don't ever recommend using it though, because it will hurt you badly. I'll show you it here. So Crusader greatly damages all enemies and allies. It teaches Meltdown and Meteor. Meltdown hurts everybody. Meteor doesn't. Though it does give you a really good bonus at level up, magic power up 50%. So that is a good thing to have if you're trying to work on leveling up. All right. So the center door is now open. So we need to go and switch back to our primary party, which lo and behold is right where we left them. Stats are looking good. Always check your stats when you switch between parties, in case you forget. We should be able to take this guy out here pretty quick. At this point in the game, Terra basically, for me, has almost 10,000 hit points, and equipped with the ultimate weapon, otherwise known as the Atma weapon, in Final Fantasy III. So she basically makes quick work of any guys here. So again, at this point, you needed to have hit that treasure box to get this path open, which we did. Let's go ahead here and pick up the treasure. So as you can see here, most of Kefka's castle is pretty linear. It's not very difficult. This guy. So Vector Lithos is actually 4 guys in one. I'll show you that here. See, now there are 3 left. So watch what happens when I do Ultima. You'll see it clears through all of them at once. You can see multiple hit points drop. Alright. Here we are in the center now, catching up to our party. So you have a choice. You can go left or right to help out your party members. So we'll go left. And then what you need to do is come out this door once I deal with this Gamma guy. Countdown timer. Again, the same thing, just land to him with some Ultimas. Dual cast is gotten from the Fanatic's Tower, or otherwise known as the Cultist Tower. It allows you to cast 2 spells for every 1 turn. Should take care of this guy. There we go. Desperation attack, they let out an atomic ray. Alright. So now what you need to do is push this thing onto the switch. To open the path for your party. So let's go ahead and do that. Come up. And do the same thing. Move this party member, party group here. Alright. Switch to this party. Go ahead here. Bring this back up. We all have to stand on the switches together. These Gamma guys, you can run from them if you don't want to deal with them. But I just fight them. There we go. Two. And 3. So now what happens is different pathways appear. So let's go ahead and go through this spot first. Check everybody's, let's use some ethers here. Because if I remember right, we're going to come across a boss fight. Yep. This machine should look familiar. This is the Guardian from the World of Balance that was protecting Vector, and it runs various programs to hurt us. But so the same thing, just lay into it with your strongest magic spells, Ultima, for the first round. The second round, do 3 Ultimas, 1 heal, and this thing will fall pretty quick. Measure here. So that's why you can see I said do the healing for 1 round. Don't be too aggressive with these guys because they'll fall quick, but keep yourself healed. You want everybody to survive for the AP. They don't really give experience for these guys, but AP is good to have. And there we go. Guardian defeated. So as you can see, just first round 4 Ultimas, next round 3 Ultimas, 1 cure. And we are given a save point. So let's go ahead here and throw down a tent. Now here you would save if you want to. We're going to continue on. Here is the first of the Warring Triad. This is Demon. So we're going to go ahead here and just do the same pattern that we always do. You can see his magic packs a bit of a punch, as you'd expect. Mog back up. This guy packs a good punch. So my suggestion is, depending on how strong your party is, 3 Ultimas, 1 cure every round. Use lock this time for the cure. I didn't counter. Okay. There's Cure Flare Star. Pretty weak. So we'll do a Kiraga again here. This guy should be falling shortly here. There we go. We beat Demon. First of the Warring Triad. So unfortunately, they don't give any gil or experience, but they do give magic AP. Radiant Lance is the strongest lance in the game. You can give it to Edgar Moogle. So there we go. The first one has been defeated. So we'll go ahead here and use a tent. And move on, taking our center party as far as it can go. Okay, I remember. You got double back with the Moogle. Come out here. Press that switch. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. It's been about 20 years since I played this. I'm doing this all by memory. So now, continuing on, get the center party back to its position here. There we go. Okay. We'll start with the original party here. So this is group 1. Now the door is open. So moving on here. We come across the next statue. This is Fiend. So this thing is pretty much the master of ice, but will fall just like the others. So first round, 4 Ultimas. 5 if you have the dual cast. Fiend's aura is trembling violently. So it does pack a little bit of a punch. Make sure you keep an eye on those hit points. But as you can see, it falls pretty quick. And you get the strongest sword for Cyan. There we go. Alright, so we've completed 2 of the Warring Triads. Next up, is the last and final. This is the Goddess. So we're going to do the same thing we did for the other boss fights. Just Ultima, 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 Ultima. Cure is needed. So you have to balance your curing, because you can only cure 2 people at a time. But, there we go, didn't even need to. So the Goddess has been defeated. Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. So at this point, we've now beaten all 3 of the statues, otherwise known as the Warring Triad. We destroyed the Warring Triad, but the power of magic isn't fading. Could Kefka have extracted the very source of magic from them? So we're going to find out. Alright, so as soon as I step on this spot, we will be ready to take on Kefka. So this is the final boss of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. So let's get to it. Party 1, Party 2, and Party 3 all have arrived. Welcome, friends. It's Kefka. So Kefka has become the source of all magic. To be destroyed? Maybe it is, but people will always rebuild and fight back. Kefka's angry that people are fighting back. Kefka does not like the fact that we are all friends and powerful. So Kefka's going to lash out in anger. Kefka's basically gone totally insane. As you can see, and it has to be just destroyed for what he's done. Alright, this is it. Here we go. It's over. Ends here, Kefka. So, here's what you need to do. You need to set your party for participation in the battle. So if someone falls, the next person in line will take their place. So we're going to set up our main party here. And then my secondary party. Mog. And my last party will be Strago, Celeste. Second party is a pain in here. Gaw and Realm. So we are ready to take on Kefka. Let's do it. This is the final battle in Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. So, we're just going to do the same thing. We actually destroyed one of the pieces already. So 3 Ultimas and 1 Kiraga. 4 Ultimas if you have the dual cast. So here's how this works. If anyone falls when it switches to the next phase of the fight, that fallen person is replaced. So you want to try and keep everyone alive. This should be enough to take care of this. Remember how I warned you about Quake? So moving up to the next fight. This basically represents what looks to be like Purgatory. We're going to do some Karen here. Ultima. Play it safe and cure twice. Terra in her trance is just insanely powerful. Staga. Omega basically cuts your power in half, your hit points down. Okay, moving on to the next fight here. I have to do some healing. It's essentially supposed to represent heaven. So we'll do a Kuraga and then Ultima. Do 2 Kuragas. And now let's go on the attack. As you can see, Terra in her trance state is just so powerful, like I said. Now, sometimes I would suggest if you're worried about losing characters, you might want to cast Life 3 here. Because sometimes at the end, this guy can kill one of your party members. One or all of your party members. I've had it happen before. They will be replaced, but again, if you're a stacked party but don't have some stronger auxiliary characters, it can be an issue. See, it tried the repose. That's what you have to be careful of. It tried it on Terra, but Terra was able to block it. That could have killed Terra, and you would have lost her in the next fight, which is the final part, Kefka. So this is it. This is Kefka, the final boss of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. Life, dreams, hope. Where do they come from? Where do they go? Such meaningless things. I'll destroy them all. So, same thing as all the other fights. Just lay into Kefka with Ultima. But what I want you to do here, and once Terra charges up, I'll show you. Dual cast. Have Terra cast Kuraga for the first time and Ultima for the next. You'll see why. Kefka does this thing where he can take all your hit points down to 1. And it can happen at any time. Here it is. Heartless Angel. So now, Terra's Kuraga will take care of the Heartless Angel. And then, so, again, just keep doing that. Terra's more off. So, dual cast Kuraga, Ultima. There we go. We have beat Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. We navigated through Kefka's Tower. As always, please click that like button and subscribe to Tech Gamers World. Always going to have new and exciting content dropping all the time. Enjoy the ending of Final Fantasy VI.